trying to decide what project to work on while I'm dyeing yarn. I like to have like a simple stockinette project because I can always put it down and I knit on it like when I'm waiting for yarn to set. And I'm not in the mood to knit on a sock right now, so I pulled out my Cozy Memory blanket and I forgot how long it is. I don't know, in my brain I thought it was much shorter, but it's been maybe like 3 months since I worked on this. So before I start adding more squares, I need to weave in all these ends. As you can see, I was very good at weaving in ends as I go, and then at some point I just gave up. So last night I actually weaved in these 3 rows, and I have this section to go. So I think that's what I'm gonna do when I'm working. These are tons of minis I still have to add. I have minis and then yarn from leftover projects. This whole bag is from projects from this year, so it's pretty crazy. I need to work on this blanket some more. So I'm currently prepping yarn to dye today. I like to tie the yarn in three different places. So I do the tie on the top, so as a handle, and then I do like a figure-8 tie on both sides, just to prevent tangles, because I've had tangles when I first started dyeing. So that's what I like to do, and I just cut these off when they're dry. And I get the thread from I get the twine from Dollar Tree, so it's really inexpensive. So I actually am starting to prep for a trunk show I'm doing in early December. I'm gonna be at the Indie Untangle / Woolen trunk show. Woolen is a yarn store in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm starting to prep early just so that I get a head start on it, and I leave my schedule open to anything else that might be happening in the coming months, because now we're gonna hit the busy winter season. So I just want to be a little ahead of schedule so I don't get stressed out. Hello. So yesterday I dyed about 20 skeins, so I'm well ahead for my trunk show prep, and I just came back from the post office, and just enjoying hanging out outside for a little bit because yesterday was so humid. It's just very uncomfortable and very dark too, and now we have a complete change in weather, so I'm just gonna enjoy it for a little bit and hang out, and then I'm gonna head down and dye up about 20 more skeins today. And I woke up early again today and I wasn't able to sleep last night, so this is gonna be a multiple coffee day. Hi, so today is Wednesday. I finished weaving in all the ends of my blanket. It took me about 2 days, and I don't know what I was stressing out about before because I finished it rather quickly. It was actually like relaxing to weave in all the ends, so I don't know, I just wasn't in the right headspace to do it before. So now that's done and I can add more squares now. And I realized that I've only added one square of a project I did this year. So here, this is my socks that I knit this year out of primrose yarn. And these were my Christmas socks from Wool and Vine Yarns that I did in December. So now I have 18 rows across. And I think I'm gonna knit until 18 rows. And then I'm gonna go back and start working on the width. So it's like 5 across. I think I'm gonna try to do 9 or 10, depending on how big I want it. So yeah, this is a year. So far I've been working on this for a year. But technically I haven't been working on it for like the last 3 months, so so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna work on it today. I don't have any projects to work on today as dyeing yarn because the shawls I'm knitting are in the lace section. So I have the Vita shawl by Helen Stewart. I'm up to the lace section, but I don't want to start it now. I need some concentration to do that. And then the other shawl I'm working on is my starting point shawl, which I haven't worked on in maybe like 2 months. And I need to rip it out actually because I messed up this lace section right here. So just one side, the other side is fine, but it bothers me. So I need to rip back to the pink section. So I'm not working on that today. And I don't feel like casting on a pair of socks right now. So I'm probably not gonna knit anything while I'm working. And actually last night I started like coughing and sneezing. So I might be coming down with a cold or it could be allergies, I don't know. So I'm just gonna concentrate, try to get as much work done today so I can like take the rest of the evening off and just try to rest. And hopefully I'm not getting sick because this is a very bad time. I still have a lot of yarn to dye and Rhinebeck is coming up, so I don't want to be sick for that. So you always get sick when you're busy. At least that happens to me. So so yeah, here are all the minis I need to add to my blanket. This is minis from my Christmas advent calendar last year. Yeah, I haven't added one square into my blanket, so I'm not purchasing an advent calendar this year because I still need to add the ones from last year. And then here are a bunch of minis. Here I have a group of Cass Kettle mini skeins, and I don't think she's dying anymore, so I'm like, she's like my precious because I won't be able to get her colorways again. I do have like 3 full skeins of her yarn. So I should just add these to my blanket eventually. And then I just have tons of scraps. So yeah, I have a lot of left over after I knit up a pair of socks. Even though I knit my leg about 6 inches, and I still end up with a ton of leftover. So I almost never run out unless I'm knitting socks for Ryan because he's a size 12. And yeah, that uses a lot of yarn. The last pair of socks I knit for him, I actually didn't have enough for the toes. So the next time I'm gonna knit him a pair of socks, which is for this Christmas, I'm gonna do like contrasting heels and cuffs. So I'm kind of in the mood to knit a pattern sock because I haven't knit that in a while. I haven't knit a pair of pattern socks in a while, so As I'm dyeing yarn at this, I'm just gonna check my Ravelry library because I do have a lot of patterns that I own that I haven't knit with yet, and hopefully tonight um, I can pick a yarn to go with it, so I can cast it on either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go work now. Hi guys, so today is Thursday. So yesterday after I finished talking to you guys, I went to downstairs to work, and I quickly realized that I wasn't feeling well. So I finished work early, and today I didn't do anything. I just hung out and knit because I have a cold. So I started working on my memory blanket again, even though I said I was gonna cast on socks. I just didn't feel like winding yarn, so I just had this near me, so that's what I did. So I started another row and I did 3 squares today. This is Normal Needleworks in the woolen colorway, which is an exclusive colorway to Woolen Yarn Store in Brooklyn. This is Sweet Sparrow Yarns in her Sugar Plum Fairy colorway. And this is Knit Picks in the Kaleidoscope colorway. So with self-striping, you only get like a small section of the colors. And the next colorway I'm gonna knit is my own yarn. This is Spring Fling in my Mercedes base, which is BFL / nylon base, and I really like this base. I need to knit with this more. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do, but I wasn't up to it today, and I have to listen to my body and rest. Hopefully I can get a lot of work done tomorrow, and I want to start doing Christmas colorways, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll find a little time to experiment with a colorway or two. And yeah, so sorry it's not that exciting recently, but hopefully you're still enjoying the vlogs. I been reading the comments from my first vlog, and you guys really seem to be liking it. This is like the most comments I've gotten in my channel in a long time, so I'm glad you guys are liking this style, and to see, you know, just like a slice of life, you know, how I dye yarn and all that stuff. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying that, and catch you guys later. Hey guys, so today is Friday around like 2 o'clock. Feeling a little bit better. This morning was pretty bad. So I did do some work this morning. I decided to take photos with this new camera. This was not a new camera. It's my brother's camera that he used to use at his old job, but doesn't use it anymore, so he's not using it. And it's a Canon Rebel T31. And I don't know anything about DSLRs. I had to look up the manual. I had to buy a battery and a charger because he misplaced his. And I've just been fiddling around with this, experimenting. I took photos this morning of my fade kits, and I really like how the yarn shows up in this camera. So Andrea Mari came out with a new pattern. This time it's a cardigan. I think she's calling it the Comfort Cardi or something like that. I'll put the name down below. And so I just took photos of my yarn, of my previous fade kits. So you only need 4 colors for this fade, and so I just took out some of the colors from my previous fades and made kits. So it's a DK weight sweater. I don't have any DK at the moment, so I just took photos with my fingering, but I did put up the DK. I did put up a DK listing as a pre-order, and I just ordered a whole ton of yarn that's coming to me probably on Monday. So I just went ahead and put a fade. I just put up the pre-orders now. So I'm kind of tempted to knit this because it is a cardigan, and I like cardigans versus pullovers. But I I don't like that there's no button in the front, and I mean, there's obviously I can just add a buttonhole, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn to, you know, to close it up. So I don't know. I think I'll just wait to see if anybody modifies it, and if they do, just read their notes. I'm not in a rush to knit a cardigan right now. So yeah, I'm really happy with this camera. Now I'm like kicking myself as to why didn't I do this before, because I knew he had this camera that he wasn't using. And I ordered a larger SD card for this, so hopefully I can record videos, and if that's the case, I can record my podcast on there, and it'll be much better quality, which is something that I've been wanting, because right now I just record on my phone, on my iPhone, and it's fine, but you know, I would like it to be nicer. As for my knitting, I finished the row last night, so I added, this is my Spring Fling colorway in my BFL nylon base. This one is Desert Rizzer Dye Works in the If They Kill Rick colorway, and I really like how it goes with my Spring Fling colorway. So yeah, I did 19 rows and I weaved in the ends already. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm gonna add one more row and then go back and start on the width. So I've been really enjoying working on this again. It's like a comfort knit. I remember like back in November, I just had a really bad month and this was all I knit, and I ended up doing like 30 squares, so it's definitely comforting. And it's fun because, you know, you only knit a little bit and then you change the color, so you get to work with different yarns. It doesn't get boring. So now I think I'm gonna just like answer some emails and maybe take like an hour nap, and then if I'm up to it, I'm gonna try to dye something, because I don't want to fall behind, and it's very frustrating that when you get sick and you can't work when you want to. So we'll see what happens. Hey guys, today is Saturday. So yesterday I didn't work at all. I wasn't feeling well, so I just rested and I woke up feeling much better. I still have a cold, but I don't feel as tired as I've been feeling. So I'm gonna go downstairs and start on my Christmas colorways. I really been itching to dye those up, so I think I'm gonna start with one I made last year, and then I'll go from there. I do want to do mini skein sets, so those are time consuming to do, so that's why I want to start early, and yeah, I'll see what I come up with. Hi, so today is Monday and I started editing this vlog, and I realized that I didn't really vlog on the weekend because I was really busy. So just to recap, I ended up dyeing my old Christmas tree colorway that I had last year, and I really like how it came out. I went to a dinner to celebrate my mom's retirement, and then on Sunday, Ryan and I went to a birthday party, and then afterwards we decided to walk across Manhattan Bridge. We never actually walked across Manhattan Bridge before. We've walked Brooklyn Bridge tons of times, but so it's just a cool experience. It's definitely more low key. There's not as many people. Brooklyn Bridge is always filled with tourists and people riding bikes, but there was almost nobody on Manhattan Bridge because it's definitely not as pretty as the Brooklyn Bridge. So I'll leave you guys with some clips of that, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.